Good evening and welcome to the Business of Aesthetics Annual Expert Panel webinar. This empowering discussion is designed to help you navigate challenges, leverage opportunities, and build a thriving career in aesthetics. Thank you for joining us, and a huge thanks to our panel of renowned industry leaders for being here. Tonight, we'll be sharing actionable strategies, best practices, and valuable insights to tackle the unique challenges aesthetic professionals face today. Let's also give a warm welcome to our panelists, Brandy Murphy, Jane Santangelo, Maria Constantine, Christina Lemsis, Ranita Kershon, Laurie Moyer, Amy Ingle, and Anita Lane. It is truly great to have all of you with us tonight. Thank you for taking the time to share your wisdom and experience.
Thank you, Lester.
Thank you.
Good.
Today, with our Business of Aesthetics expert panel, we'll be discussing a unique topic, and that will be wellness meets aesthetics, relationships, results, and revenue with nutraMetrix. So, whether you're expanding your Medspa offerings, exploring the wellness space, or simply looking for smarter ways to increase client satisfaction and revenue, tonight's discussion will meet you where you are and help you discover what's possible when aesthetics and wellness work hand in hand. So, in today's expert panel discussion, we will explore why top med spa leaders choose to integrate nutraMetrix into their business model, what implementation actually looks like in real-world med spa settings, tangible results in client satisfaction, retention, revenue, and freedom, and finally, smart advice for professionals who are intrigued by hesitant to add one more thing. So this is a live event, so please engage with your peers, ask questions, share your reactions. We are confident you'll leave tonight equipped with actionable strategies you can implement immediately. But before I get into today's discussion, I want to ask the audience a quick, simple question. So when potential patients search online for treatments you offer, does your practice actually show up, or are they finding your competitors instead? So this is a major challenge for many aesthetic professionals, aesthetic practice owners. You might offer amazing services, but if you're not visible online, you're missing out on a steady stream of new patients. So the good news is there's a solution. There's always a solution with the right digital marketing strategy, including local SEO, targeted ads, and funnel-based content marketing. You can not only attract more inquiries, but convert them into patients, walking them through your door. Stick around until end of tonight's webinar. We have a couple of great resources and gifts ready. So, and I would like to just stick around until the end of this webinar, and which can help you basically take your practice to the next level. So let's get started by introducing our panelists tonight. First up, we have Brandy Murphy, Director of Training and Field Development, nutraMetrix. Brandy brings over 20 years of experience helping health and wellness professionals integrate personalized wellness strategies into their practices. She's led the creation of AI-powered tools and training systems, giving clinics the resources to scale with patient-centered care. Welcome, Brandy. It's great to have you with us tonight.
Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Jane Santangelo, business consultant, nutraMetrix consultant with 17 plus years in health and wellness. Jane has guided multidisciplinary medical teams in integrating effective wellness programs that improve outcomes and boost revenue. She's passionate about empowering providers and patients through education and strategy. Jane, we're glad to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Next up, we have Maria Constantine, Director of Business Development, Constantine Global. Maria is a global entrepreneur and consultant with over 30 years in aesthetics and nutraceuticals. Her work blends wellness, beauty, and personal healing journeys to help others feel their best inside and out. Maria, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Next up, we have Christina Lemsis, owner Flawless by Chris. Christina is a licensed esthetician and fitness nutrition specialist with 25 plus years in the industry. Through her company, she helps professionals implement systems that elevate outcomes, client experience, and profitability. Christina, excited to have your insights tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so
Welcome.
much, Lester.
And next up, we have Ranita Kershaw, licensed esthetician and age management specialist. Ranita specializes in non-invasive skincare and wellness solutions that blend holistic methods with advanced regeneration. Her passion is helping clients feel confident and aligned through clean beauty and personalized care. Ranita, welcome. It's great to have you on this panel.
Hi, thank you so much.
Next up, we have Lori Moyer, registered nurse, lifestyle coach, nutraMetrix consultant. Lori has nearly 3 decades of experience in nursing and wellness, using education and lifestyle coaching to empower people from the inside and out. Her work supports clients in living healthier, more vibrant lives. Lori, thank you for being with us tonight. It's a real pleasure. Next up, we have Amy Ingle, owner Sweet Spot Medspa and Med Aesthetics Academy. Amy is a nurse practitioner and Medspa owner with deep expertise in advanced injectables and regenerative therapies. She's committed to delivering lasting results and staying in the forefront of aesthetic science. Amy, welcome. We're thrilled to have your expertise here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And finally, we have Anita Lane, CEO, Allied Brand Consulting. Anita is a digital marketing strategist and nutraMetrix consultant who helps service-based businesses grow revenue through AI-powered tools and brand wellness programs. Her focus is on measurable, scalable success. Anita, it is wonderful to have you with us tonight. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Lester.
We have a great lineup tonight, and I'm truly appreciative of each of you taking your time to be here. On your screen, you'll see the main points for today's discussion. I'm confident they will help deliver an insightful and amazing webinar. We also have some excellent questions prepared, so I'm going to dig into them in a bit. As mentioned earlier, feel free to engage with us through the chat, whether it's a happy face, a heart reaction, a thumbs up, or a comment. We love seeing your participation. Any questions for the audience, any questions you submit, I'll do my best to bring it to the live discussion. If not, rest assured, one of our podcast managers will get your questions answered and follow up with you afterwards. And a quick reminder that, again, if you stick around until the end of this webinar, there's a tons of resources and cool surprises that might help you take your practice on the next level. With that said, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to get into the discussion. All right, let's start with the high-level view. Brandy, you sit at the forefront of wellness and aesthetic integration, and your vantage point gives us insight into where the industry is headed. So, from your perspective, leading the nutraMetrix division, what key industry trends are you seeing in aesthetics and wellness right now? And how does nutraMetrix address those through its systems, tools like DLMS and GMTSS?
We call that our alphabet soup. We have so many acronyms for the different things that we offer. But hello and thank you for having me today. My name is Brandy Murphy. I'm the Director of Training and Field Development for nutraMetrix. And for those of you who have not heard about nutraMetrix before, nutraMetrix has been around since 2004. And what we do is we provide a complete suite of both wellness products and educational programs to health professionals of all kinds, including cosmetic surgeons, dermatologists, medical estheticians, med spa owners. And to answer your question, we see this shift in wellness and beauty where there's an integration for beauty from within. And so what we're finding is that more and more people understand you can't just approach beauty from the outside with topicals and injections, but if we can help the patient or the client understand that what they eat matters, how they sleep matters, how they deal with stress matters, the way that they handle their emotional, mental health matters, right? And so when we're working with med spa owners or estheticians, we know that the clients are looking for more than just external results. They want support for energy. They want support for gut health because they know if their gut is not healthy, it's going to show up on their skin, right? If they're not eating properly, if they're not well hydrated, it's going to show up on their skin. But in addition to that, we help the practitioners, whether it be a med spa owner, a dermatologist, a cosmetic surgeon, understand that inflammation is a systemic problem. And if we're having inflammation in the skin, there are certain things that we can do through lifestyle choices to help minimize or to help support a healthy inflammatory response that will show up as glowing skin, will show up as a brighter complexion, will show up as, better metabolism. And so we're helping the providers and their clients understand that their metabolism matters, how their internal systems impact their external systems. And a lot of buzz out there is about how does weight loss tie into this? And there are a lot of med spas that are starting to offer weight loss medications or weight loss medical programs in addition to skincare programs. And we want to be able to help provide the services for them because a lot of times those practitioners don't know where to start. They know their clients are asking for services, but they don't know how to put it all together. So everything from choosing what types of products do we carry, not only from a skincare perspective, but internally with vitamins, minerals, lifestyle education, weight loss products, whether that be weight loss medications or whether that be alternatives to weight loss medications or support for people that are on weight loss medications. Because even if you have a client that's coming to you and you're not the one providing a weight loss medication to them, you hear the buzz about it everywhere, right? You know that you have clients coming in whose primary care practitioner might be providing them a weight loss medication, and you might want to know, how can I help support those goals? How can I help provide solutions for them that are not only going to help them look better, but help them feel better long term? Now, Lester, you mentioned our alphabet soup, our acronyms, like our learning management system and our GMTSS. So I want to just talk about what those are. Our LMS stands for our learning management system. So when a provider partners with nutraMetrix, they get access to a complete library of training tools on everything from the products that we carry to how to create an implementation strategy to how to follow up with those clients to make sure that they stay on products, and how to understand, which products work best for which clients' goals. And then we have something called our global meeting training seminar system. And it is a global system. Maria's joining us from Greece right now on the Zoom with us. So we have practitioners all over the world, and we have trainings all over the world. And the idea, one of my favorite parts of the global meeting training seminar system is being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, it can be a very lonely road, right? And so we have this entire community, this network, and all the women on this call here with us tonight are perfect examples of that, is that we don't all work together in the same company. We don't all work together in the same spa, but we all have the same goals and we all have the same dreams and we all have the same system that unites us, and it creates this community that gives me goosebumps because we're there for each other. We can share what's working, we can share what's not working, we can put together our community so that we don't feel like we're doing it by ourselves. We have vested interest in each other's success. And I love Zoom, right? We get to be together all over the place, but if we can get together in person at a global training where we're all together and we can hug each other, we're all huggers. I think all of us on this Zoom are huggers. We can be in each other's energy and celebrate each other's wins and help each other through the hard parts. That's really a powerful part of our community. And I think it's one that I wish everybody could be a part of.
Thank you, Brandy. I think it's such a helpful lens to set the stage for the rest of the discussion.
Thank you.
So, Jane, your experience spans both clinical leadership and business consulting. Many professionals in transition, whether preparing to scale down or pivot, often worry about losing purpose or revenue. So, what inspired you to bring nutraMetrix into your practice during your transition? And how has it helped you create a bridge toward retirement while still maintaining your professional identity and income?
That's a great question for me. So my path started with nutraMetrix about 17 years ago. A nurse had walked into our practice, and at that time I was tired every day, and every day at lunchtime I would be napping. It was also 17 years ago, and I should have been really full of energy, but I wasn't. And this patient and I really connected. We became friends, and she introduced me to three of our products: our isotonic B complex, our OPC, and aloe. And those three products had a huge impact on me. And naturally, I wanted to share what I was experiencing with the patients. And so we sat down with the team and I talked to them about my experience. And the nurse came in and told them about the company. And we introduced the line and then the healthy lifestyle program to our patients. And once we started that, it was apparent that we were onto something great because patients were feeling better. We were educating them. The program of healthy lifestyle is anti-inflammatory. I don't think it impacted us back then the way we understand inflammatory markers today and just how dangerous they are. It's a heart healthy program. It's based on patient education and knowledge, which, once you go through a course of that type of knowledge, you can't unlearn what you know. And we're changing people's lives and we're giving them information to make the changes in their lives. And really, it's a perfect match for anyone that's in the field of aesthetics. So when we're healthy on the inside, naturally, we look better on the outside and it reflects on the outside. And the program can enhance many of the body contouring programs and weight management programs that are currently being done in Medspas. So again, I can't say it enough that when we're healthy on the inside, it naturally reflects on the outside. And almost 20 years later, I feel better today than I did back then. Now, as far as how it helped me create a bridge, I mean, that's another great question. So as a former managing partner, I was always looking out for ways to enhance patient care and add revenue. So I've been an entrepreneur, I think, my whole life. So when I looked at their business model, the possibilities were really clear to me. Naturally, I wanted to introduce the line to other practices and people that we knew. I understood the work of expanding into different locations, and I saw the value of this. And at that time, when I first started, little did I know that my parents were younger back then. My dad had early onset Parkinson's, and my mom was legally blind. But when I started with nutraMetrix, they were very healthy. But about 10 years in, they became unhealthy and they needed me much more than ever. And there were times that I could not really work. And yet my income was there because of the way they have the pay plan situated. So that was very, very important to me. And then as I retired, I really couldn't sit still. I just loved work and I loved wellness and I loved talking about wellness and sharing things about wellness. And so I just kept going with the company, even though the practice was gone. And, my final thoughts that I'll leave the group with is that today I feel better than I did 20 years ago. My income has remained. And to me, that's a very, very valuable thing. So those are the answers to the questions that you asked. And I hope that impacted the audience the way it's really impacted my life.
Thank you, Jane. Yeah, it's a powerful perspective for others navigating similar life and career transitions.
Yeah.
Great, great, great. So, Anita, as someone leading a digital marketing agency, you helped many professionals systemize their growth. Let's talk scalability and strategy. From a business strategist perspective, how does nutraMetrix fit into a larger wellness business building toolkit? And what makes it scalable strategic solution for consultants or agency owners supporting aesthetic professionals?
Great questions, Lester. Thanks so much. So I did come into the business because I had a personal experience with the product line, but with a 25-year background in marketing and revenue operations for a large HMO, where I'd been very familiar with
the struggles of small business owners and as well as practitioners in that environment, and the how that need to create that ancillary revenue was very attractive to me. So when I discovered that the products I was taking was tied to a company that offered business consulting career path and working with healthcare professionals in the wellness field, it was a no-brainer for me. So if you are a consultant or an agency or business coach in that wellness space, adding nutraMetrix to your toolbox just makes absolutely perfect sense. It's aligned with where the wellness industry is right now, as well as the needs of small business owners who want those results, the relationships, and of course the revenue. That's the name of our webinar tonight: results, relationships, and revenue. So when I'm consulting with a business, I do teach that there are 4 things that they need to look for whenever they want to implement a new program or system like nutraMetrix into their business. These 4 things are clarity, alignment, buy-in, and scalability. nutraMetrix absolutely fits the bill on all 4 of those things. First of all, clarity. Most business owners are super overwhelmed. There's so many programs, products, platforms, so many decisions and variables to think about, and there's really not enough time to devote to figuring all that out and what's actually going to work. nutraMetrix is so powerful because it's not really just a product line and go, you bring it in, you sell it, and that's it. It's really a full clinical system. We have corporate and field support that's already proven. We even have a nutraMetrix Educational Institute to offer continuing medical education credits in nutrition and supplementation to your team. So it's already packaged. It's designed to deliver outcomes. The second feature, again, was the alignment. The businesses that get the best results from nutraMetrix are the ones who are successfully integrating the program into their existing client journey, not really bolting it on as like an afterthought. It really does feel like the next natural step in how they're already caring for their clients. Now, don't be afraid, if you haven't really thought a lot about the customer journey or the patient journey, all that really means is the process of how someone goes from being a lead who calls and says, what do you offer, to becoming a loyal, ambassador for your brand and for your business and referral source. And nutraMetrix will absolutely help you with all of that. It is designed to integrate into your regular workflows and even help you, streamline and fine tune some of those workflows, because you do have someone like me, an actual field consultant, right in your practice, right in your business, working side by side with you to help you build those loyal patient relationships and establish you as the trusted partner with your clients and your patients in their health journeys. The third thing we touched on it a little bit just now, is your team buy-in. You really need that. If your team doesn't see the value in the programs you're promoting and the product lines, they're going to resist that change. We've all know about the receptionist who gatekeeps all the people coming in the front door, and we really like to just get everybody on board right from the start. There's value for everybody on the team with the nutraMetrix system. Your nutraMetrix consultant works directly with the business owner. We help you deliver simple messaging, simple trainings. We really help your staff understand how nutraMetrix actually improves client results. And in many times, it can help them as the team benefit from the additional income as well. There's a variety of ways that the business owner is able to structure the implementation of nutraMetrix into their team, things like incentives, profit sharing, anyone. And everyone knows that teams love to help you win when they are rewarded well. And it's very difficult in this time as a business owner to figure out, gosh, where am I going to get the money to really, because pay my people. nutraMetrix is a wonderful option for business owners who are looking to add additional streams that they can help grow their team and really display rewards and become a great place to work. And uniquely, we even pay our customers cash back. Like when your patients buy our supplements, electronically, you don't have to have a lot of inventory in your office. Everything's really managed through drop shipping, and we have a cashback feature. So it's kind of a win-win. Everyone's getting a piece of the pie. So that kind of promulgates that loyalty all the way around. And finally, the scalability. Once that foundation is solid, nutraMetrix will become this recurring revenue stream, a client retention tool, a huge differentiator, very powerful differentiator in this crowded aesthetic space. The role of the business consultant and the nutraMetrix consultant specifically is to make sure, a business has the right structure, the right digital tools, the right workflows in place. And nutraMetrix is not going to feel like just one more thing to manage. It's going to be the next smart thing to implement just because of how seamless and the systems that we've got in place. When those four elements are in place, the clarity, the alignment, the buy-in, the scalability, the system really works. Your team is on board, your clients are getting results, and the business is just going to continue to grow in a sustainable way. The best part about nutraMetrix is, like, Brandy was mentioning earlier, you are never alone figuring it all out by yourself. Our model is designed to surround you as a business owner with experienced professionals. They have vested interest in your success. They bring decades of clinical, operational, strategic expertise. And we're all here to really help you implement successfully and grow and win.
Thank you so much, Anita. Yeah, that's a valuable look into how nutraMetrix can amplify business models beyond just the clinical space. So, Christina, your work beautifully bridges aesthetics and wellness. Integrating new systems often raises questions about impact and client experiences. So, what did the full integration of nutraMetrix into your Medspa look like, and how has it impacted client trust and satisfaction since offering more inside-out solutions?
Thank you, Lester. Excited to be here tonight. Well, for me, for the past 25 years, it's really been a domino effect. I have been able to incorporate so many divisions that nutraMetrix has to offer. I was fortunate enough to be introduced with our custom mineral anti-aging foundations 25 years ago when I was going to college for a total different degree, but always had a passion to be an entrepreneur and a passion for beauty and wellness. So it began there. And then I realized as I was doing makeup while I was going to college for journalism that makeup only looks as good as the skin underneath. And then I saw how nutraMetrix offers high grade skincare lines made for different skincare, skin types and for people's skin goals, and started educating my clients on the power of the liposome delivery system of our different skincare lines. So that really started to then build the trust, started with the cosmetics, and then it started with the skincare. And then going into really focusing on teaching my patients and my clients about the education of health and wellness and how beauty begins within. That's when I started to dip my hands into the nutraMetrix supplementation program, and the science that I was able to teach that came along with the educational program with nutraMetrix truly was a game changer in building that trust and having them truly understand the bioavailability of our supplementation and how it is so different from everything else on the market. Like, let's face it, there are so many different cosmetic, skincare, wellness lines. We're constantly on social media, get thrown all this different information. My clients are so confused. So with nutraMetrix, the education behind it and really sitting down and giving them the knowledge is power. And when you have such a high grade company, because they're a product broker and they're able to deliver the highest end ingredients at the most affordable price, the clients will see nothing but success. They will see the results that they're looking for. 30 years, the company, 30 plus years, the company has been in existence. Let me tell you something. If a product doesn't work, it's not going to make it for longer than a year or 2 years, especially in today's society. There's always something new coming out. So moving ahead, my domino effect, clients seeing the power behind the supplementation, whether, like Brandy mentioned, the power of the ingredients, whether it was gut health, collagen production, antioxidants, or skin health. the clients were able to really be able to take a supplement that they were able to trust. And if they trust you and they trust a supplement or something they're taking or they're using or buying to put on their face, you have client retention. And that's what I'm blessed to have for 25 years. I actually was just able to open 6 months ago a huge storefront, a spa in New Jersey. And I built that all through nutraMetrix. Everything that we produce out of the spa, so to speak, is through the nutraMetrix company, because I trust the products, my clients trust the products. Now, moving then to the other side of gut health, what we were realizing is that clients are not trusting all these different fads and diets on the market. So GoTrim is another division that we haven't spoken about that nutraMetrix offers that really is educational based and focuses on supplements that help with metabolic syndrome. And when you're sitting down with a client and telling them that, you know what, no matter what you're doing, you need to know how to eat. You need to know how to follow a low glycemic index diet, whether you're taking the shots or following a fad. What are you going to do when that's all over? You need to know how to balance your protein, your fibers, your sugars, your carbs, etc. So implementing the GoTrim program, my clients had incredible results. Now, the snowball effect of all of this is that clients are now spreading the word to all of their friends, and not only their friends, their other practitioners. And now they're calling me throughout these 25 years, asking me, what am I doing? How could I do what you're doing to further help my patients? So the trust has not only been created with my clients, but now it has rolled over into the trust of other practitioners and me implementing the nutraMetrix and sharing it with them to further help their patients. So it's been a win-win situation.
Thank you, Christina. Yeah, such a great real life example. How alignment between treatments and wellness builds long-term loyalty.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So, Amy, managing a busy team while introducing something new is no easy task. Many professionals worry about operational strain when layering in new offerings. So, Amy, what were some of the simple ways you started offering nutrametrics in your Medspa without overwhelming your team?
I have 2 spas in Southwest Florida and 14 employees. So it was a little bit of a scary challenge to get started, but I had a team behind me. 2 are in the panel. That's Jane and Maria, and I love them to death. They have helped me so much with my practice. But there's so many products that nutraMetrix offers that are amazing and wonderful. How do you start? How do you pick the right product? Well, the first thing that I did, I just went with a basic approach. I took the procedure, the services that we do in the spa, mostly the ones that produce the most revenue, and I took that procedure and matched it with a product. So, for instance, we do body and facial rejuvenation, collagen and vitamins. Those are like the staple to good skin and good hair. So that's where I started. The second thing I did was Jane and Maria came in and helped me educate my staff. I was not alone in this. Because I have both medical and non-medical staff members, it was a little bit of a challenge, but nutraMetrix makes it very easy to educate with all of the tools that they provide. And that was really important because if your staff doesn't know what they're talking about, your clients aren't going to trust you. So that was number 2. And number 3, what I did is I implemented those products with the procedure. So it was a combo on social media, email marketing. I even did some educational pieces on the products stating why it's so important. For instance, the collagen. Why is it so important to take collagen and how it affects your skin? So that's kind of where I started. And then after we all got comfortable with one product, then we introduced a second and went from there.
Thanks, Amy. Yeah, I think it makes it feel much more doable for those wondering how to start without disrupting their flow.
Right, exactly.
So, Ranita, you're a fresh success story, someone who jumped in recently and made fast progress. Onboarding and mentorship often make or break that early experience. So, as someone who recently got started, what was your experience with the onboarding process, and how did Maria's mentorship support your early confidence and momentum?
Thank you, Lester. Well, let me say, the onboarding process when I came on was super smooth. But honestly, I came in with a lot of passion and a Pinterest board, and Maria gave me the keys to the castle. Like I came in basically to nutraMetrix when my spa was started. Pretty early on in founding Esthétique Medspa. And I was focused on aesthetics, of course, but I knew I was missing something and I needed to jump into the wellness factor of it. And I treated my aesthetics practices and my treatments from the inside out anyway. I wasn't really an outside in girl. And I knew I just needed to supplement with the wellness factor. And I was a little bit lost in that factor because I wanted to make the right decision, new business. And, you don't want to do trial and error at that point. And Maria actually serendipitously came into my life at that time. And she is incredible. Her mentorship was extravagant. The way that I did things was actually very similar to you, Amy. I saw what I do most and what's my most profitable, and Maria helped me create these bundles of treatments. And like I sell packages, I also created bundles of products that I want my patients on, either age management treatments or my weight management treatments. And it was just incredible. That was something that I was missing, and that was the last key to the puzzle. Now, the actual product itself, wow. Wow, these products are incredible. You feel them sooner than you do other vitamins. I see it, I like it, I buy it, I try it kind of person. And this is the first one that I felt so early on. And my mom, she was in perimenopause, was the biggest skeptic of my life. She's tried these products, and I remember when I gave her the daily essentials packets and she ran out before my next shipment came in. Those 4 days, I could not hear the end of it. Besides me implementing into my practice, I use them as all of these beautiful ladies do because they work. And it honestly was super easy to implement because of how good the product is. It sells itself, and I'm happy to be part of it.
Thank you, Ranita. Yeah, that's such a relatable experience for anyone wondering how quickly they can get traction with the right support.
Thank you.
So Maria, your work around bundling and client education is a model for integrating retail and results. Let's talk about what that actually looks like. You're known for your retail strategy. How do you bundle nutrametrics with aesthetic services to boost client results and revenue? And how do you naturally weave those recommendations into the overall client experience?
It's so exciting, and I want to thank you so much for having me. And all you ladies are such an inspiration. And this is the best part of the business, is being with these entrepreneurs, all different types of businesses that we are able to customize our products in. And that's the best part. I started out my own business 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago, with a problem. I had Lyme disease. And Renita, you mentioned that the product works so fast. Long story short, nothing was helping me. I was paralyzed on the right side of my body, losing my vision. I was, in my early 20s then, and that's when I was starting my life. And when I started taking our staple product, which is our OPC3, it's a antioxidant. A doctor of mine had me take multiple caps, so it's not just the regular cap on the bottle. And it totally changed my life. Within 4 to 5 days, I saw results. I saw a lot of the inflammation gone and things that were supporting the things that I was suffering from. So right then and there, it was a game changer for me. I was an art teacher at first, and this made me become an entrepreneur because I wanted to help people that were suffering in the same way I was. These products have been consistently amazing for all these years. And I don't know how I would live without them. That's how amazing they are. And I bring that into the practices because it's all different practices. It could be doctor's offices, chiropractic, it could be gynecologists, it could be dentist offices, and of course, spas and salons, which are my heart because I love the skin industry. And I too was doing makeup with Christina back in the day. And my first passion was the makeup, that after the nutraMetrix, of course. And that was making people feel good inside and then out. So for me, it was very natural. I would just come into a practice, a spa, and just feel what they needed, what they wanted. And we were able to customize accordingly. Back then, we really didn't even have anything. We didn't even have any kind of literature or anything like that. So it really was the passion behind the products. Today, we have so many tools and it makes it so easy. We have now a 60-second survey. I start right there. So I teach the staff, I teach, how to implement that. And that gives the comfort of the customer, the client comfort, because they are filling it out. The answers that they get, it was based on their questions. So it's an easy integration right then and there to get them started from the basics. We have also a nutraphysical, which was my next step after we didn't have anything that came out, and it was just a game changer, because that was more of a analysis of a lot of different things, like your heart function, your sleep, your gut health, your brain function, your sexual health, like a lot of things both into one. We have now broken it up to little portions, so it's easier for the clients to take. That would be my next step into perhaps people that might have more acne prone skin, or perhaps they might have other skin issues, aging. Gosh, we're all in, I mean, that's a big thing today. Even the younger generation are more proactive. So that's another tool that I'm able to use. And that's easy because a lot of people are overwhelmed building their spas and their practices. So we want to make this as seamless as possible. And as Renita mentioned, we wanted to take bundling. It's very important to take, and Amy, you mentioned as well, your top stuff that you're selling, your whatever service it is, and implementing what products are going to enhance the results of that treatment, because that's the crux of any business. It's the results that it's producing. That's how people are going to say, I'm never going to stop taking my OPC3. I'm never going to stop taking my collagen and now colostrum and all these wonderful things that are so incredible because they work. And when you combine it with these treatments, it's more of an exciting thing for the patient. And of course, the revenue is great for both. And I love that we mentioned the cash back program, because that is awesome, where the customer can gain points. And also they're getting immediate cash back, which is awesome. It's not like you have to wait back in the day and get it a while, next week or whatever. It's like instant. So it's really cool. And then, of course, Christina mentioned the custom blend foundation. I mean, that to me is instant revenue for the practice, and it's a high revenue. It's like over 200%, retail profit for the practice, which allows the practice to see the money coming in, to see the results. Of course, the custom blend foundations that we have are all natural, mineral based, custom to the skin, from sunscreen, tinted sunscreens, all the way to, coverage makeup for imperfections. And it's excellent for someone who has imperfections. It's not going to increase that. The retail profit that comes out of that is able to pay not only the spa, but also the staff creating it. And we mentioned a lot today of how we teach the staff, and everyone is involved. Everyone takes part in this, and that's what makes it so beautiful. Also, it's a proprietary blend as well. So we can, label it like the spa wants to. And the other thing I think that is wonderful is the trial size marketing, because there are a lot of skeptical people, because Christina mentioned that there's so many products out there. And I am a product junkie, and I do try a lot of products. And what I notice is that all the products that I try are almost they're full, because it doesn't even do what these products that I've been using for 30 years do. I mean, the products are life-changing, not only internally, but on the skin. And the team that you have that is connected to you to help implement that is just by far the best. So the trial size marketing is great. It's great. We have a lot of different products for health that are internal, and it helps get them more comfortable. Some people don't even take vitamins, and that's where we educate and we give them a sample. We can also use that for a lot of events, maybe putting them in little packages, gift bags, a lot of social media. We can attach that to it. So it's so well versed and has so much to offer, from the little tiny little implementation where you can implement 2 or 3 products and create a 6-figure revenue in a practice, to having this variety of different stuff from your wellness, like Christina mentioned, weight loss. And the weight loss to me is incredible. I've been also on the lifestyle for 20 some odd years. And what I found now, and you know, we follow the trends, you know, the GLP-1 stuff that's happening out there, the craze, the inflammation, that I had, and just by trying a new product, even now, the inflammation was gone. So life-changing products, people that come together to work together to implement seamlessly. I mean, I don't know. I love it. I wouldn't be up at 3 o'clock in the morning if I didn't love it, let me tell you. But yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. Yeah, that's such an actionable and great advice and actionable way to think about adding value and enhancing outcomes. Before I actually move into the next question, I do have a question in the Q&A section, and that is from Sahana. So the question goes like this. So if I may share an idea, could the company put together some display packaging for med spas, medical offices, etc.? Allow the practitioners and business pick and choose what to display according to business type. Can we do that?
I can take that back to the company. One of the things that I can share with you is we did do that. We tried it for a little bit in the past, in the beginning, where we sold empty bottles. And what we did find is that many of our practitioners were simply, they use the products themselves so much that they would just use the product and then they would grab their own empty bottle, clean it up, and have it as a display. So even though we sold them, you know, because they were buying the bottles and then getting the empties free after using it, we didn't sell as many as we thought we would. But I can always take it back to the company and see if it's something that they will reconsider again for the future.
Thank you. Thank you, Randy.
Sure.
So Lori, coming back to you. So flexibility is a huge factor for many healthcare professionals today. Your experience as a traveling nurse brings a unique lens to that challenge. So as a traveling registered nurse, how has nutraMetrix allowed you to create flexible income without being tied to a fixed location or team? And what would you say to other nurses or part-time pros looking for something that fits their lifestyle?
Well, thank you. Yes, so just to kind of give quick background. So I have been a nurse for 27 years and have really focused on my passion for wellness in like the last decade. I just not long ago decided to take my show on the road. But what I would say is with nutraMetrix, as you mentioned in the question, the way that it allows me to earn that flexible income is because the word flexible. One of the great things about this program is that there are no restrictions, right? So I am not restricted to a location or schedule. So it's so flexible. I can take it on the road. I can do, I can be in my hotel room in an apartment. I can be in any city, any state. I can do it on my lunch break. I can do it on my days off. So it really fits into the lifestyle of being on the road. Or if you're part-time, maybe you're not on the road and you're just doing it part-time. It's great to plug into your lifestyle. So that is one of the biggest ways. And with my passion and with the traveling, I come into contact with many different people, right? So fellow nurses, physicians, you got to look for the open-minded physicians, nurse anesthetists, like just a lot of different people that, especially now, again, wellness is really a focus for a lot of people. So it's great to have those various interactions. So I can share that with them, right? So that's kind of a win-win because I can help them not only with their health, but then help them depending what they're doing. I can help them then help their clients, whatever area they're working in, right? So I love that because, again, my passion is wellness. So taking it and spreading it makes me so happy. So to people that other nurses, traveling professionals, or again, part-time professionals, I would say it's so worth exploring because, again, the things I just said, right? Like totally flexible, no restrictions. You plug it in to whatever fits your needs. And as you can see, as it's already been discussed, no matter where you're at, you're never alone, right? So we always have colleagues or business partners within reach, whether it's by phone, Zoom, or I mean, again, like they said, it's global. So there's a lot of people just, you can go to different areas and there's people in that area that you can, contact. So that would be my suggestion. Definitely worth checking out because it's so flexible. And what a wonderful way, like I said, to spread wellness to everybody. So, and as a nurse, seeing a lot of sick care, I think it's really important we get out there and let people know how to take control of their lifestyle.
Thank you, Lori. Yeah, it's such an inspiring reminder that your career path doesn't have a like follow a traditional mold to be successful. Great story.
Thank you.
So, Amy, coming back to you, let's build on what you shared earlier. Many med spa owners wonder does wellness integration translate to real client behavior shifts? So, have you seen any impact on client outcomes or rebooking behaviors since integrating the system?
Yes, I have. I have a story that I wanted to share with you tonight. In 2023, our spa decided to implement a weight loss program with GLP-1s to include semaglutide and tirzepatide injections. When I started to implement the program, I knew I wanted to bring nutraMetrix in with the weight loss program because of all the great products that help with nutrition and skin and hair and so I was looking at what could we implement, what could we combo, like I talked about earlier, doing a combination of a treatment and a product. So I decided to bring in the 30-day jump start. And what that entails is it has vitamins and it has a colon cleanse, it has protein shakes, and it has an education as well. So I wanted to bring that kit in for our clients that start the program. So every client that came in starting in 2023 received a 30-day jumpstart kit. It went along with, I had a whole package put together. So they got like 4 injections for free if they bought the kit. And it was kind of a mandatory requirement. You have to learn how to eat properly, take nutritional supplements, because on your journey, it's not just about losing the weight and then forgetting about it, like I believe Anita had mentioned earlier. So I implemented the 30-day program, and we did that for about a year and a half, and then we stopped the program. We just did the straight semaglutide, tirzepatide injections. Looking at the data over the last, I guess it would be 2.5 years, I noticed that the clients that were on the 30-day jumpstart, they lost significantly more weight, they met their weight loss goals, and they stayed with the spa for 3 times longer than those clients that were not on the 30-day jumpstart. Also, I noticed that those that did not start on the 30-day jumpstart, that they did not meet their goals, and they had only lost about 50% of their goal, whereas the ones that were on the 30-day jumpstart, they lost at least 90% or more of the weight for their goal. So I found that this was a huge discovery. I spoke to Jane about it a little bit this week, and it just goes to show that you can't just give a treatment in the spa. You have to treat not only the outer part of the body, but also the inner part. So we really are educating our clients more than ever about how important it is to maintain their nutritional value, because our food, as we know today, has very little nutritional value, and we have to supplement that, especially those that are going through the weight loss journey with the GLP-1s. So
Thank you.
that's the story I wanted to share tonight, and I hope that helps other people in the audience, realize how important it is to actually add those supplementation to their diet.
Exactly. Thank you again, Amy. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the way you explained the data about the findings, that was really interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
So Brandy, To wrap up with a common hesitation, many professionals are intrigued but also cautious. They try things before or feel maxed out already. What would you say to someone who's intrigued by nutrametrics but hesitant because of time or past disappointments? And how do the product formulations themselves help set this apart from just being one more thing clients could get online?
I think that's a really great question, and I can almost like wrap a bow around what everybody shared, because if you take something that everybody shared, they all started by trying a product, and that product worked for them better than anything that they'd ever tried before. And because it worked for them better than anything they've tried before, they've stayed on it for decades. So I just want to share that with you. The first thing that I would say, if you're hesitant, first of all, I hear you, right? Because there's a lot of junk products out on the market. There's a lot of programs out there that require you to have a huge inventory, a large startup cost, no additional support. You're on your own to try to figure out how to sell it. That's not what this is, right? You've heard about the community, you've heard about the support, you've heard about how the products work. Christina mentioned that we're a product brokerage company. We work with the best in breed of any type of product that we work with. So we have over 200 different manufacturers, and we do the time and the research for you so that you don't have to go out and try to look for what's the best vitamin D, what's the best omega, what's the best GLP-1 support formula. Our company has already done that for you, and the results of the products speak for themselves. I'd also get you to think about, or just ask yourself this question. Typically when you're talking to a med spa owner or an esthetician, if they want to increase their business, it means they need more clients in their chair, which then ties them to their business more, right? So I want to shift that thinking a little bit and think about what could you do differently, where if you put a product together with your service, and then that service you have to be in the chair for, but you give them consumable homework in between treatments, whether that's a supplement, whether it's a skincare routine, but they're buying that for you on a consumable basis. And when it works, they come back and they buy that product over and over and over again. What type of lifetime value can that customer create for you? And I'll give you an example of that. When I started my business in 2003, a lot of people don't know this, but I also worked in the cosmetic side of things. And I was working doing weddings for a med spa in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And I would go in and help the brides get their skin set up and then do their bridal makeup. And I just actually had an order that came in this week from one of my brides from 20 years ago. When she was in my chair and I'm doing her bridal makeup, she started talking about how her allergies were driving her crazy. And I introduced her to our #1 selling nutritional product, OPC3, at that time. Now, this is a bride from 20 years ago. I live in Charleston, South Carolina now. That was in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I was doing her makeup then. She has bought OPC3 from me every month for the last 20 years because of that conversation. That would not have happened if that product didn't work so well. So if you think about that, I'm not even in that business anymore, right? I don't do the wedding stuff anymore. I'm still getting paid today from a recommendation I made 20 years ago. So think about, what could you put together that does not necessarily mean more time in the chair for you, so that you could also pursue other goals and dreams and potentially create a new lifestyle for yourself when you want to do that. And just to put a little bow on the top of that, and to get started, costs you less than a nice dinner, right? For you to be able to open your account and try and get all of the tools that help you grow a business. So you do the work once, you get paid for it over and over again. Try a product, start small. Amy, you mentioned it perfectly. Start with 1 or 2 products that you're comfortable with, package it with a service that's profitable for you. Then it's a reorderable, consumable product that will continue to pay you moving forward. And we hope that you want to learn more about it. You don't have to make a decision tonight. I'd encourage you to try a product yourself and then talk to the wonderful team that we have here that can help you get your questions answered. And just thank you so much for having me tonight and to be able to share the opportunity of what nutraMetrix could offer.
Thank you, Brandy. Yeah, that's such an important note to end on, clear, empowering, and grounded value about nutrametrics. So before we wrap up, for anyone in the audience who's feeling inspired tonight, I think it's all about implementation and taking action. So if anyone wants to explore how nutrametrics could fit into their practice, what's the best way for them to take their first step to get in touch with your team?
This has just been great, Lester. Thank you so much to my amazing colleagues. So yes, if you've been listening and you feel like you want to learn more, that this could be something you've been looking for, we've got you covered. We host frequent nutrametrics business overview Zoom sessions. We're going to be hosting quite a few over the next few weeks. Also one-to-one strategy calls that you can book with myself or other whoever brought you this evening to the event, or whoever you got the link from. Make sure you connect with them. If randomly you just found us, we're going to include a form in the description of this podcast. Everybody who registered via email will get the link to the published podcast, and the link to request more information will be in that email, as well as the descriptions on YouTube and wherever else the podcast is broadcast. You'll be able to grab that link there too. You can also send me a message at anitalane.com. There's a button there to book a 15-minute appointment with me. And that's ANITALAYNE.com.
Thank you, Anita.
My
So,
pleasure, Lester. Thanks to everybody. And I want to thank the chat, all the people in the chat for being here.
yes,
A lot of
yes.
them are from nutrametrics, and they've brought guests tonight. And we're so excited that we were able to help you guys get the word out about what a fantastic opportunity this is. Thanks again.
Exactly, exactly. So many of you had questions about if this is recorded. Yes, this is recorded, and this will be shared with you by email. This will also be going on live on YouTube in a couple of days. Do be patient with us. We'll be doing some editing of this, but we'll do put it live as soon as possible. It will be going on our website, the Business of Aesthetics Expert Panel website as well. And yeah, so tonight has been awesome. Actually, so many best practices. I mean, so many comprehensive answers, valuable takeaways, and rich insights. Thank you all so much. So before I wrap up, I also promised a gift from the Business of Aesthetics. I want to leave you with that one final thought, and that is this gift. And that I think the final thought is about, tonight's panel was all about integrating wellness. It isn't just about adding more. It's about adding the right tools, the right systems, and the right strategies to grow smarter, not harder. But strategy isn't one size fits for all. If you're wondering how to take what you heard tonight and apply it to your specific practice, your brand, we've got something special for you, and that is that gift. It's a complimentary practice growth strategy consultation from the Business of Aesthetics and the CEO of Business of Aesthetics and Equa Marketing. We are offering you a thank you for it is a thank you gift for joining us tonight. You'll meet with our marketing advisor, which is Lila Stone for the business of aesthetics. If you don't know her yet, she's helped hundreds of aesthetic professionals grow by improving their visibility, SEO, reputation, and more. So what makes this different is that Lila will actually study your online presence, your local competition, and your search rankings before your call. Then she'll walk you through personalized insights for you for your practice. Again, this is a strategic session just built around your goals. So you see a QR code, you can scan that, or you can check a link in chat to book that session. I mean, I think you might have these questions in your mind. Are people finding in your area when they want the care they are looking for? Are they choosing you when they do? And next question is that is your marketing working while your clinic is closed? So this session helps you answer those questions and fix what's missing. Whenever I get these offers or whenever I get these kind of questions, I think you need to ask this question: what's the risk if I book the meeting? Well, honestly, it's just your time. There's no sales pitch. There's no strings attached. And what's the risk if you don't book a meeting? So you might be missing out on something that could really help you grow your practice. So I will leave you with that. And it's free, it's custom, and it could unlock your next level of growth. So With that said, our time has come to an end and it has been awesome. First of all, thank you to our expert panelists, Brandy Murphy, Jane Santangelo, Maria Constantine, Christina Lemsis, Renita Kershon, Lori Moyer, Amy Ingle, and Anita Lane. You
Thank
all
you
were
so
amazing.
much.
You shared so
Oh,
much
thanks,
insight,
Lester.
amazing best practices, and wonderful actionable in content. If I were to sum it up, I'd say collectively you made the complex simple, the hidden visible, and the difficult easy. Secondly, thank you to all of our attendees for the privilege of your time and participation. Without you, we don't grow together. Without you, we don't set each other up for success. A reminder to like and share and review us on your favorite social media and stay connected with our panelists if you like a deeper conversation like this. Until next time, on behalf of our panelists, keep striving for excellence and exceptional patient care. Thank you again for being with us tonight. We'll see you at the next expert panel webinar series. Until then, take care and good night.